Hello, 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 dear friends. It's Chris here. I hope you're all well. Welcome to 2023. This is my first video of the new year. Officially new, recorded, um, not previously recorded, that's been held video. So I hope you're all well. I hope everything's going great. I would like to, of course, wish you the best for this new year and hope it's going to be better than the rest have been the last few, that's for sure. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope you like it. I hope if you like the video, you do the YouTubey things like, subscribe, share, comment, etc. And if you are a returning viewer of True Blue, thank you so much for your continued love, support, kindness, and friendship. It means everything to me. So today I will be working on today I'm doing a regular, old-fashioned sort of WIP and chat, where I actually work on something and talk to you. I usually don't do too many of them. But today I'll be working on this partial. It's this, green mason jars with these, sunflowers and daisies in them. I'm doing it for Smashing the Specials. And it's a really cute, pretty one. I liked it. So that's what I'll be working on today. So I will say this before I get into it. If you have not seen my videos, or if you certainly have not seen things like a WIP and chat, my WIP and chats, you have to know a couple things. First off, I tend to ramble. I tend to go on and on. I tend to find every which way to tell a simple story the hardest way. So that might happen today. I don't know. No guarantees. I try not to do it, but I always feel that to make my point, I need to tell every single piece of information in existence. So just keep that in mind. If you're wondering, where is he going with this? Because not only do I ramble, I go down the trains go off the track. I go through every single road I can go down. And number two is, I have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. I didn't really write anything down. Now I may have some topics that people don't want to hear about. Example, I have a couple political things I want to talk about fairly quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I do want to bring them up because they've just been bothering me to no end. So listen, I know a lot of people don't like to hear this. They think of dime painting as an escape from the world and et cetera, et cetera. I get it, believe me, and believe me also, if people are talking about stuff that I don't believe in, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. So I get it. So you can either, that point, stop watching or skip ahead a few minutes or whatever. I'm just throwing that at you, and just to be wary, I will introduce the topic when I get to wherever I'm going. Okay. So I think that's it. So I'll just start. Now, like everything, now that I started doing this, I kind of feel let's see, because, beforehand, I think in my mind as I'm going to bed, okay, this is what I'm talking about, now this is how I'm going to say it, this is the order I'm going to do it in, and when I started, I kind of go blank. Where should I start? Like I said, I hope everybody has a very happy new year. I wish all the best for everybody. Yesterday I spent, which was the first, today's the second. It's, about 10 in the morning. I spent a lot of time responding to my comments on my videos. I tend to let them get backed up, and believe me, I'm not a New Year's resolution person at all, but if there's one I should make that I think I could actually follow through on, and that I could actually gear towards, my YouTube people and channel and all that, is I need to be held accountable, or I need to hold myself accountable to responding to comments quicker. Because I usually let them go for usually a month to 6 weeks. And then I do them all at once, and it's just a lot. And the thing is, I love hearing from you. I encourage everybody to comment as much as possible. But instead of me doing the smart thing, whereas as I put out a video and then, oh, let's respond to comments as they come in or the next day or whatever. No, I hold it off and say, oh, there's not that many, I could wait. And then days go by and then, oh, another video, and then, oh, I can wait. And it gets 5 weeks down the line. Wow, I really have a lot of comments I need to get back to. So if there's one thing I think I should do that I can stick to, that I'm not going to be disappointed in myself necessarily if I can't follow through, it would be respond to comments in a timely manner. Because it's only nice to you all that I do that, and it saved me a lot of time and, you know, just frustration thinking, oh, I have hours and hours and hours of comments to respond to. So something that bothered me, moving on from the comment thing, was, so I participated in the Dreamer Designs. They had their own event type thing on Facebook. It was like a 2-month or 6-8 week kind of event. I don't know exactly the time frame. I'm going to say between 6 and 8 weeks. Event, and they would do like weekly giveaways and all that. So I participated in it, and I wound up doing 4 canvases for it. So I'm happy I got them done. They're canvases that I wanted to do for quite some time, and I had an excuse to do that. So I'm happy I did them, and I'm happy I did the event, I guess. The canvases came out great. Now keep in mind, when I say I did 4 canvases, 2 of them were 40 by 50s. Dreamer Designs usually doesn't have smaller canvases like that, except for they have this special drill. It's really a full, again, one of those kind of full special drills. So the background's basically rhinestones, and you do, you know, a bunch of other stuff in the middle, that rhinestones and special gems and all that stuff. So it doesn't take as long. It takes longer than this for sure, but not as long as regular size. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. Although I kind of almost like you won't disagree with that, because again, there's so many. You're doing basically everything, and it has to be single placed. So anyway, that's not the point. So I did 2 of those. Then I did 2 60 by 80s. One was a square and one was a round. So I was able to get them done in the November-December time frame. And so again, they were a Dreamer Designs event. They held by the company, and you had to post daily pictures of your progress. And so I did that. I basically missed between the whole what would you call it? All the weeks. I missed 1 day until the end, which I missed the last couple days, maybe 4 days, let's say, because I had finished the canvases and I wasn't going to start another one just for like a 4 or 5 day thing. I think it was like 4 days to get, you know, counted or whatever. Okay, so you're wondering, where am I going with this? I didn't win, which I'm fine with. You know, listen, this is what it is. It's a, you know, it's a random draw. I'm fine with that. What I don't like is that, and by the way, I participated in this thing last year too. I think I don't know if it was a Christmas one or another time of the year, but I want to say it was a Christmas one. I kind of feel honestly shady feelings about it. Now, before I explain, I want to say I really love Dreamer Designs as a company. I've had the one time I had to have anybody really customer service issue. They responded very nicely, very fast, very, you know, excellent customer service for me. I love their designs. There's quite a number of designs out there that I want now. They have a new artist, Romy Lerda, that I love, that I want multiple canvases of her. I plan to, when I can, buy some more German designs. So it's not that I dislike the company or anything or bashing them, because I'm still going to buy from them when I can and all that, etc. But I don't know what they're doing with these events, that the couple that they've held. So last year's event, I don't even remember how it worked. All I remember is that I kind of feel that almost like what they did this time is that you say you have to do something, you do it, but if you are not like in the top tier or something, you don't get counted. What I mean by that is last year, I kind of feel that if you didn't, again, I don't remember how it was exactly run, but it kind of seemed like the people who had the most points were the only ones who were included kind of in the final giveaway. This year was different because they give away something every week, and there were 3 winners each week. So what they did was they put your name on a wheel and they spun it and picked your names. Now, I gotta tell you, out of the, again, if it was, let's say, 7 weeks, it seemed that, at least, I saw my name on that wheel 3 times. Now, again, I'm somebody who participated in the whole entire event. I don't know why, and I know it was at least that because, or those are the numbers, because first off, the first week I wasn't on it, and I'm like, what's going on? Where's my name? I posted every single time I needed to. Then the second 2 weeks, I believe my name was on it. And then the third and fourth weeks, fourth and fifth weeks, my name was not on it. And I don't remember the other ones. You know, it doesn't matter the what do you call it? The order of it. But I do know for sure I was on it, or excuse me, I think I was on it 3 weeks. I think I was off for 3 weeks. And whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going on. This is taking way too long to explain. See what I mean? About my morning. So they put your name on and they spin a wheel. And 3 people are picked. So, also what was odd is that there are people, a couple people had their name twice on the wheel. I don't know what that's about. And like I said, there were some weeks I was on it, some weeks I wasn't. I don't know why. Again, I participated in it every single day, except, like I said, for 1 day during the time and then the last week. So, okay, if you want to leave me off the last week, because maybe, for whatever reason, because it's like, am I missing their, like, you know, they put out what you have to do, but am I missing some sort of behind-the-scenes requirements that they have, but they're not telling us? Like, what are the requirements exactly? Like, they said to post, but what if you only post a picture, like, 4 times a week? Does your name not get on it? Do you have to post every single day for your name to get on it? They don't tell you that, really. At least I don't remember that. Anyways, like I said, I was not happy. Oh, and then also what was weird is at the beginning of that, before the event even started, you had to join this special, like, closed group for the event only. And so I did, and, you know, you had to tell them what you were doing and all that stuff. And it took, like, 2 days, however long it was. It took quite a number of days before I was even approved. Meanwhile, there were so many other people being approved, and I'm like sitting here, what's going on here? Why am I not being approved? So finally I was, and then it took me a couple days to get approved when I would post a picture the first time, or one or two times, that my picture would be like sitting there in the comments where you had to put their picture, and it would not be like approved. It was like, it said, keep setting pending, meaning that, you know, they had to approve you to the group, which was how I knew there was an issue going on. And finally it was, but it was like, what's going on? All these other people are putting it up right away and it's going through, but I'm not. Anyways, I just kind of think, you know, be transparent. If you're having some sort of standards or something, or you're just, I don't know, are you like, well, we have 200 people, but we're only going to put 75 on the wheel? I mean, and you're asking how I can know about the wheel thing. I have a larger iPad, so excuse me. Um, I could see, the name when the wheel stops. You could read all the names. That's how I could see ones where mine was there when it wasn't there, and that when I seen people whose names were there a couple times. So I just think it was kind of weird. I just wasn't happy about that. Because again, it's not about me not winning anything. Like, it is what it is. I don't care at the end of the day. I just want it to be fair. And it just seemed a little shady to me going on whatever was happening. But, it is what it is, right? Let's see. Let's move on to, I guess some event stuff. Can you hold on 1 second, guys? Okay, I was going to talk about event stuff. And since I was talking about the Dreamer event that I was just in, let's talk about events coming up that I will be part of. As far as co-hosting this year. Now, I could always, of course, get dates wrong, or months wrong, I should say. Especially the later ones. So just keep that in mind, but I think I'm correct in them. So this February, I hope you all will join me and Stacy and Brandy from Mystery Diamonds. We are doing a hashtag retro cult classic diamond painting event. I'm going to do an official, what's the word? Announcement video for the event coming up probably later this week. So look out for that. And I'm going to get into more details about it. But what it is basically, retro stuff, cult classic stuff or classic, and generally, for the most part, entertainment things like movies, music, TV, and art pieces, art times, art throughout history kind of stuff. So, things like that. And that's going to be, that's February of this year. So, there's a Facebook group. I will link down below here. And again, please keep an eye out for my video announcing the event, where I'll give more information on what you have to do, the requirements, the prizes, stuff like that. This is not my general event. This is the only event this year that is going to be like this because it's more structured and more rule kind of or guideline type events. I generally am not into that. I generally am much more of a, relaxed event, but there are reasons, and we'll get into that in the other video. So that's in February, so keep that in your mind, especially if you want to buy something for the event, which you might have something in your stash. So, but again, just keep it in mind for right now. And so then I don't really think I have anything that I'm going to be hosting until June. So that's a big gap. My events are kind of back-ended in the year. So June is, of course, June Pride, which I'll be doing with Angie again. So I'm very excited about that. And then August is, of course, our second annual Rude, Crude, and Nude event with Maritza and Miranda. And so that's 3. And the fourth one is in September, I believe. That is another one with Angie. And that's going to be, though, like a funsies kind of event. There's probably not going to be any prizes or anything. It's really more of a DP along sort of thing at this point. It's far out in the year to make any of those decisions, what we might do or how it might be run and all that kind of stuff. But as far as we have decided, for at least for now, it's kind of more of a funsies event. And it's called Jewel of the Nile. And it's an Egyptian-themed event. So keep that stuff in mind on your calendar if you would like to, if you're interested. I understand if you can't be in the events or don't participate in the events or, don't have anything, don't feel pressured or obligated to. Believe me, I understand. There are so many events going on now, and, believe me, I know we all want to be supportive of each other, but it's just really hard. And believe me, I have friends who I wish I could support every single event, but I just can't, whether it is because I don't have a canvas or it's just keeping track of everything and I can't just do certain canvases. I have to be really in the mood to again, I've talked about this before, to do certain types of things. So I try to participate when I can, but no hard feelings if you can't. But just keep us in mind in case you want to participate and you have something for it, and maybe you have something in your stash and you're like, oh, this is a great opportunity for this. So those are the events that I'll be co-hosting this year. Very excited for that. Other channel type news. Let's talk about the music series. So for anybody who was following my music series, instead of doing regular whip and chats like this one, I tend to do different kinds because, again, my life is super boring. The only person I see or talk to in real life really is my dad. Besides, I do have contact with some YouTube friends or dime painting friends, but I mean, in real life that I see in person or they talk to in person or anything like that. So I really have not much to say usually. So I tend to do other types of things that include whip and chat that I can include, other ways. I started my music event, whip and music, whatever it was called. If that was even it, I don't remember at this point even. Last year, because I had wanted to do it starting in January of last year, and do a whip and chat, whip and music once a week, for the 52 weeks, and it would be telling you my 365 favorite songs that I can't live without. So it would be like a song a day, and it would be presented in 7 songs a week that I would do in the whip and chat and talk about. And of course, it kind of sucked because you can't play the music because of copyright, so that's taking the fun out of it to begin with. And then, of course, I didn't actually get it up in time, and then when I did, I was kind of doing it okay for a while, but then, like usual, the train ran off the track. I missed a week, and then I missed another week, and then I just never went back to it. So what I'm going to do is, for anybody who was kind of following that, or if you weren't following it because you were like, I'm not going to invest in 52 weeks of this crap, I decided I'm not going to continue it. What I'm going to do, though, is in a separate whip and chat, I'll do like a final roundup or whatever you want to call it of the whip and music. And what I'll do is both probably in community tab and probably in that whip and chat video, I probably in the description will tell you every single song on my list. If I can fit it, I don't know if they would allow that many, you're allowed like 500 words, 5,000 words or something. So we'll have to see if I can fit it down there. But I'll get it to you at some point, the whole list. But in that video, I'll probably go over like my top 30, my favorites. Because what I was doing is I was just randomly talking about them. Because I didn't want to like load in like the same artist like for the 7 days or something. So I kind of like randomly chose the songs. So what I'll do is instead I will give you the list of all the songs, and I will give you my top maybe 30, maybe 15, who knows. It depends how I can whittle it down, how long it might take me to talk to you all about it. And so I'll talk in the video about my top 50 or 30 songs, whatever it is. And that's my favorite of all time that I listen to. And I'll probably rank them as my, like, top ones. Where the other ones didn't have rankings. So that's what happened with the WIP music. Now, I do plan to do other types of similar series. However, keep in mind, these will be much more close-ended, if you want to say. Meaning, I will be doing stuff like with TV. I've already compiled my first list. I have not finished it, and I don't want to go into it right now and tell you what I'm all going to do, but it's kind of similar, and it'll be one sort of show whip and chat. So, for instance, my first one will probably be Mama's Family. Excuse me. It's one of my favorite shows. I already went through all the entire show list and picked out episodes I want to have on my list and talk about, etc., etc. And episode will be Mama's Family only. The next Whip and Chat or Whip and TV, whatever I'm going to call it, will be like maybe Murder, She Wrote. So you don't have to, it's not a like continuing open-ended like series as far as wondering I'm not leaving you hanging. It's going to be, contained. You know what I mean. Why am I to keep going on about this? Oh, see, this is why I don't do this. And so I'm going to do that at some point this year. It's not going to be in January most likely, and it's probably not going to be in February, because I have the event going on and also want to do something else in February, which I'll get to in a minute. So, it'll probably start in March as far as the TV stuff. The music thing might come before that, but we'll see. That's for anybody who was interested in that, or maybe thought, like I said, I'm not going to invest in all that. What else? Oh, yes. So, speaking of content, so January, I'm probably going to do a lot of my videos. Not that I have tons of them, but I do have video. Wow, I haven't even seen a few. Yeah, okay. I was like, I've been talking for who knows how long, and I didn't even check to see if you can see what I'm doing. So I'm probably going to post a lot. Again, I keep saying that. Post the videos, the handful of videos that I have not uploaded yet. No, I have them uploaded. I haven't posted as public. They're basically, I have one non-diamond painting video, and I have a handful or two, let's say, of less than 10. There's less than 10, maybe like 7, videos of more premium type companies that I have unboxed but I have not put up yet. For instance, there's at least one Diamond Art Club. There are I think maybe a couple. There's a couple Distracted by Diamonds. If you'd seen recently, I had done Diamond Dots. That was really delayed. So these are all really delayed ones because because generally if you see stuff on my channel, it's a lot of budget company unboxings, which are kind of time sensitive, and then I like to show finishes because, there's so many unboxings, but then, well, I don't want to only be unboxing, so, and I want to show you all the finishes I do, so, so with those two, and then occasionally, again, with some sort of whip thing going on, or some event thing going on that I have to post videos about that, I kind of get lost with the premium stuff. And then some premium stuff I really want to get out right away as soon as I get it. So get clogged up. And I like to make sure my videos have a chance to actually get to viewers. Instead of posting like every single day and people just... Because in my mind, people are not going to watch if you post every single day. Give them a couple days. So, where was I going with this? Oh, yes. So that's what January is going to be about for the most part, is since I'm going to be low-key doing Smashing the Specials because, again, these don't take a lot of time, and I'll probably do a few of them. But I'm going to spend January really probably trying to do some kits for my friend Karen, who, again, if you didn't know, she was a diamond painter. She stopped diamond painting, gave me her kits, and wanted me to do some stuff. And I decided I'm just going to do them all that she gave me and give them all back to her when they're done. So I haven't done anything from her in a couple months. Well, since November, which... well, it's just December, I guess, really. But I really wanted to kind of make that a priority. So hopefully I can give most, if not all of them back by the springtime. And so I'm going to kind of devote January to doing some of her stuff. And that's why I'm going to, well, no, that doesn't make sense. What did I have to do with the other, Chris? I don't know. I guess I'm just telling you what I'll be doing. I don't know what this was going to have to do with the other thing. See again what I mean? Trains. As far as the videos I'm going to be posting, again, they're going to be premium companies. And my retro intro video or announcement video, maybe the music video. Excuse me, WIP and music. And because basically the Chinese New Year is in January, I believe, right? So I won't be getting... The stuff from budget companies will kind of either be here or not be here by whatever time. So, excuse me. So, they're not as much of a priority for me to get up or out, and I have nothing from them now. So, we'll see when they get here, and then they'll be closed, so I don't have to worry about, putting them up right away, because they won't be there to take the order. So, should anybody have watched the video and decide to order, I'm going to feel a little bit better about that. Anyways, February, though, I had originally planned to do a stash video in January. On my birthday, for my birthday, I'm going to release my stash video. Well, I kind of it's just not going to happen. Right now, I'm too lazy. First off, I have clips that I can't redo because all my bigger canvases or medium-sized canvases, really, they are all how I have stored them now. Is they're all rolled up, and I'm not going to be unrolling them and rolling them back up. That's not happening. So what does that mean? I have to use the clips from the summer, which is fine. I did it in one big, unveil from this past summer in June or July. Well, I don't know what day it was. It doesn't matter. It was in the summer, and I'm going to have to use that. But I'm going to probably redo the smaller, well, not maybe all of it, but some other stuff, like, I got more budget stuff, so I have to add clips. I have to edit a little bit, just a little bit, not much, of the video. And then I'm going to have to, do a mash together of the video, and it's going to be a long one, because I'm going to do my entire stash. It's going to be premium companies, it's going to be budget companies, it's going to be projects, diamond painting projects. So that's all going to be together. It's going to be included stuff I don't want to do anymore, probably. I do have a pile of stuff that I really don't have an interest in diamond painting anymore. So that is all going to be included. Like I said, I'm going to have to reshoot a couple of the things that I wasn't happy with, but that's easy. The main part is already shot. I just have to maybe go through the video, and if I was rambling on about something because I didn't want to it was going to be a long video anyways, but I might have to edit a little bit out here and there. But that's going to be in February at some time. I don't know. Keep an eye on my community tab, or maybe in another video I make during January, I'll announce probably when I'm going to put it up. Because as of now, I still have, like I said, I still have to shoot from the summer till now. Any budget stuff I did not include, you know, obviously that wasn't included in my original time when I did it, so I'm going to have to include that. And with the editing and all that. I do have stuff expected right now from the budgets, and they should be here before the video comes out, so that's number 2. They're probably the only thing I might not have is Craftably, which I have 2 kits I'm waiting on from the pre-release, pre-sale, whatever it was, and who knows when that will be here. So that's probably the only thing that I ordered that is technically, you know, whatever, that I don't have. Oh, yes, and I also wanted to kind of wait a little bit until February, because I wanted to get those videos of the kits that I have shot, of the videos, unboxings of the more premium stuff that I've recorded, I haven't released yet to you all. I want to put them out first before I put them in, show you in the stash video. So keep an eye out on that. Like I said, I was originally going to do it on my birthday, which is the 13th of January, but I just changed my mind. So look out for it in February. And I also, in February or March, depending again on the time and my editing and laziness and all that, I was going to originally do a stash video and the tour of my diamond painting room in one video, but it's going to be way too long for that, the video, so I'm going to split it in 2. It will be the stash video and then the diamond painting room / you know, where I store everything, including my diamond paintings, my drills, etc., etc. So if anyone's interested in that. So that's what's coming up for there. Let's see. This, I guess, is that the point where I'm going to probably, oh, hold on a second. I was asked, so my friend Miranda asked me in a comment, oh, are you going to do, or a, 2022 kind of review video? I literally almost choked on that, because no, as much as I would love to do that, I would have to go back through all my videos, find out what I completed, make a list of that, then I'll have to go and get them all out from wherever they are, whether they're in piles, whether they're on the walls, whether they're here, there, or everywhere. No, I will not, unfortunately, not be doing a year-end kind of review for all my stuff. That's why I try to make videos that have specific finishes. They're called finishes, and I usually try to put a lot of stuff in them, usually about 10 to 20, whatever, projects that I've done in that couple months. So they're kind of in all one place. I don't keep the videos after I post them. They get deleted, so I can't, like, just meld them together and be like, here's a compiled video. I could maybe do a playlist for you all if you'd like, but, yeah, I could probably, through doing that, going through the videos, see how many I've completed, but no, I did that once, and it was kind of a chore. I don't plan to do it again. I think that's all for the channel type talk. I really can't think of anything else I wanted to tell you about that stuff besides the events and the upcoming on Chris's channel. So as I was about to say, let's go down more the darker side, which is the non-dime painting stuff, which this I warned you might want to check out of, because it's a little bit a political thing. Well, it is a political thing. But before I do, just hold on 1 second. Okay, thanks, guys. So, yeah, let's talk about that unpleasantness. So, the first thing I want to talk about is that man and his tax stuff. Kind of, in the scheme of it, of everything he's done. And if you know, you know. Believe me, how can you not know who I'm talking about? If you know me. You know, this is on the smaller end, the tax thing. But it's just, for me, it's... The reason why... I have two things to say about it. The reason why politicians need to show their tax stuff, and yes, it is not a law, but it's something that they all do because, you know, it's to prove that they're not criminals, basically. To, you know, that kind of stuff. And you hope it does, at least. But that's one of the reasons why you do it. And the other reason why is because you have to see what kind of... to make sure they're not up to shenanigans, or they could get up to shenanigans. So he refused, of course my glue dot came out there, to do what other people have done in the past as well, to not be involved with companies anymore, to basically, you know, completely absolve yourself from them, or at least temporarily, meaning nobody he knows, or the politician would know, or the family or whatever. It would go to, you know, kind of a third-party person to run it. No, he didn't do that. Well, he was not technically probably running it himself, although, you know, against probably paper only, I think, you know, the family members were. So that's bad. So it's, again, you know, we all know he's used his influence, his, all that stuff. But, again, that's bad enough. So now, because you have control over that, you can use it to blackmail people or intimidate people or whatever. Well, guess what? That also can be done to you as well. Not who knows what he was doing while he was there with foreign people, meaning foreign people from foreign countries, governments. He's leaving himself open to issues. This is why and he had bank accounts in tons of different countries, and including countries that, you know, might be an issue for us. I mean, it just... And then, of course, with his papers that he stole from illegally, of course, from the White House, who knows... We don't know everything, because I'm sure it's either away somewhere safe or destroyed some of it, or who knows, maybe he already used it for blackmailing people. Who knows? You know, this is why you don't have somebody like this, and it's just a disgrace. But I also want to talk, and I'm, of course, not a tax person, I'm not a money person, I know nothing about this stuff. I just can talk about what I heard here, and it makes sense. And I don't go to crazy sources. Let's just say that. I go to reputable people, I see reputable things, and I can make my own mind up whether to believe it or not, or etc., and use my own common sense. So I'm not a sheep kind of person. Just putting that out there. So there is this woman who was talking, who's, again, a reporter. She's reported on this for years for his other tax stuff. And so when this stuff came out, I guess one of the new things was that again, you love it. This is just something, I guess, again, rich people running the world, running the country, getting away with everything. Again, and you know what? That's bad enough, but this is the problem again, is if you want to do this kind of stuff and you are rich and you are shady, or you do things that is available to you that everybody else will consider shady, even if it's legal, you know what? This is why you don't become a politician. So there's this lady reporter. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. She's been, I've seen her before. She was talking about this stuff. She's reported on this stuff for years. She's gone through his previous taxes from many, many years ago. So she says that I don't remember the exact year, but late 2000s, that he requested and received a tax. Oh man, what is it called? And not advance, but oh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember what is it called. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So I was talking about the tax thing. So he received, again, something that probably only rich people would be able to get. Is called a colloquialism, the quickie refund. He, in 2009, $72 million from the IRS. No questions asked. Just put a question. Dear IRS, I need a $72 million refund. Please send a check. And IRS says, oh, yes, Mr. We will give you the $72 million. And apparently, that's just something that happens. Now, what I understand is that when you do that, you open yourself to an automatic audit, because I suppose that's a good thing, I mean, if the government is going to just give you millions upon millions of dollars, I guess they should know really why, even if it's after the fact. But, so, when he talks about, oh, I've been audited for years, well, yes, that's what the audit was about. See, see what a trickery kind of person he is? It wasn't that the IRS is after him, or, oh, he's such an important big businessman, and they're trying to take me down. No, it's that because you asked, oh, my words are getting mixed up this morning because my throat is all messed up. You asked for $72 million, sight unseen, basically, got it, and now they're following the rules to audit you, and so they spend years auditing him on that. Of course, I guess him fighting it or doing whatever he was doing, his usual stall tactics and fights and this and that. And so guess what? Near 2015, apparently, it was almost complete. They were almost ready to make a decision. And guess what? If they had gone against him, whatever that means, because apparently, whether he had to pay that back or not, I don't know what the deal is. But if they decided he'd have to pay them back, and I guess that quickly refund, as it's called, was not valid, he'd have to pay that back, plus, of course, all the interest and fines and everything, which would be over $100 million. And so what happens at that time? Oh, my goodness. He decides, it's time to run for president. And I guess that means they can't now ask him or go after him for that, because he's now running for president. And I guess that wouldn't be appropriate. So who knows when that's going to end? I mean, they were almost concluded that. Is it still going on? Who knows? That's another thing that was revealed, is what was the IRS up to? Apparently, the IRS, it's a rule, they audit presidents every single year, no matter what. Well, they did one for him that they started, never finished, and the rest of the time did nothing. What is going on here? Again, this sounds small, but it's just ugh. It's not as serious as so many of the other stuff. It's just it's more about the exposure of how the rich people are run everything, and through, of course, an extension, they are part of the government. They're intertwined. You know, they get away with everything, and he is just getting away with everything. It's just a mess. I'm just disgusted. Why that isn't a bigger story, I don't know. That one lady who I think she's from the New York Times, she's, you know, this is part of the story during her interviews that she mentions when they talk about the tax stuff, but to me, this should be a huge headline. And not only that, is whatever stuff he's doing, whether legally, almost legally, or illegally, it's just horrible that people are able to get away with this stuff, and so much of this stuff, just in general. Not only him, but a lot of these very rich people who do this stuff. It's just, you know, screwing over everybody else, because that's basically what it is. You know, it's beyond the fact that they don't have to pay tax, but the fact that they take losses on stuff and can actually be refunded for stuff. So, and not legitimate in my opinion. Obviously, this losses exist for a reason. Again, I'm not a tax person. I don't understand money issues, but this is there for a legitimate reason, and I think a lot of people, especially these uber rich people, per usual, take advantage of the system. Although I wouldn't even want to say that. I think they just use the system that was made for them, because I think that's what it's about. The system was made for them. So, and even with that, someone like him is still manipulating and screwing. It's just horrible. And so I'm going to move away from that tax stuff to one other thing that actually is not about that horrible man, but about other horrible men. Now, perhaps a more controversial issue than him is this migrant immigration stuff going on. So, first off, I find it funny, two separate stories, that there's certain people, many Americans, but generally, if we're going to talk about the parties, you know, it's what America is. The Republican Party apparently is done with COVID completely. They don't want any restrictions. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it. Nothing, like, doesn't exist anymore. It's over. Except when it comes to immigration, which that man had put in a immigration issue or rule, and unfortunately, the courts are even going with it. I don't know why, but, you know, because, you know, it's all political now. That to keep the population safe, meaning Americans safe, we have to restrict or keep whatever it is, people out, or who knows what. I don't really care what it says, the official thing says. Because, you know, disease, meaning COVID and stuff like that. And it's for the public safety. So, supposedly, you know, we don't need to or shouldn't be wearing masks, don't need to get vaccinated or boosted or distance or anything. Just act like it never was here, except when it comes to people from the south of the United States entering the country. Then all of a sudden, oh no, we need these rules kept in place. Disgusting. It just is. But even more disgusting is what people like DeSantis from Florida and Abbott from Texas are doing with shuffling migrants around. So that is another thing. So there are differences for people who don't know what's going on in the country between illegal immigration or border crossing and people seeking refugee status. First off, nobody thinks people should be here illegally. Nobody. I don't care what party you're from, who you are. I never hear anybody say people should be here legally. Or unlawfully, whatever you want to call it. No, it's not. We don't believe in open borders. Just everybody come in and stay and become citizens. And no. There's a process. We believe in that. However, where the issues come in general, is that the people here already, you can't just throw them out. It's not right. It's not fair. They have families, etc., etc. Where other people don't care. They're like, you can't here legally, you should leave. Or they're just straight up racist, and either not wanting to say it or admit it to themselves. So that's the one thing. Then the other thing is, about what's going on now, is that yes, there should be security, there should be screening and all that stuff, which is probably going on. A lot of the stuff you hear on TV are not people just crossing illegally or unlawfully. They are people here who are claiming asylum. Now, if you claim asylum, that means you are allowed to stay in the United States. Now, I don't know, again, the specifics of it all, but you are allowed to be here, and you're allowed to have hearings, and for them, the hearings to then determine whether your that status or whatever is correct or being able to be accepted, etc., etc. Now, again, if you want to change this, fine, change it, change the law. That's what you do. You don't do what they're trying to do. People like DeSantis and Abbott, who are just taking people, putting them on buses and shipping them all across to the other states because they're sanctuary cities, and trying to, I guess, again, own the libs or whatever stupid crap they're up to. You're playing with people's lives here. First off, you're excuse me, you're basically trafficking people. You're tricking people to go on these buses who don't maybe know why, or you're telling them, oh, it's better here, so go on here. And meanwhile, I think that their court cases are supposed to be probably where they came in from, or court near there or something. You can't just wander around the United States. If you're here trying to get asylum, you have to go through the process. And those processes are probably in an immigration court, and those immigration courts are probably in the border states, because that's where this is happening and that's where this is set up. I would imagine, I mean, I could be wrong, perhaps, again, if you come here, seek asylum, and go into the system, and then they'll be like, okay, well, we're sending you to this place, and, that's fine and dandy if that's what the setup is, but that doesn't seem to be what the setup is. They don't really talk about a lot of what happens, what the process is, which I really wish they would, to give us all clarity. So now DeSantis and Abbott are using this as some sort of political game by using these poor people who, again, if you are, whether they're really need asylum or not, who knows? That's the whole point of trying to find out. But the fact that you have people who are leaving their families or extended families, their whole lives behind or whatever, trekking across who knows how many hundreds or thousands of miles to get here, and you are going to just play with their lives, again, treat them like they're chess pieces or something, and that's even kind. They're treating them like not human. That's basically what they're doing. To me, it's inhumane treatment. I think it's disgusting. Just shipping them around, dropping them in these sanctuary cities, and be like, here, you deal with them. That's kind of disgusting on top of it. But now what they did in December, what was it, a week or two ago, when they decided to do this to these people in the, whatever it was, 20 or 30 degree weather, when most of these people aren't come from a cold climate, don't have clothes to have on in this kind of weather, and you're going to do this, and then, what we're going to do, we're going to drop them off in front of the vice president's residence in DC. Oh, isn't that funny? Isn't that making a statement? Yeah, it's making a statement that you're a disgusting human being. That's what this statement is. Again, if you want to, we could go try to solve this issue. I'm all for solving this issue, whether it's changing the law, whatever. But you just don't treat people like this. I am so disgusted, and it's more than just that man. This is, again, it's who these people are. They've always been this way. It's just been more kept under their hat. Same thing with those voters. It's just people act like, it's just him that's doing it. No, it's really not. It's really not. There's a reason why he was elected. There's a reason why those people love him. It's because that's who they are. And I always say, bottom line is, just in a general sense, it's like, I know I'm talking about this here, and I know a lot of people avoid political stuff, and I try to avoid it too as much as possible, and except the times I just can't, like today. Stuff has just really upset me, and I'm just in a place where I'm upset about it, so that's why I'm talking about it, and I'm doing the WIP and chat, but I'm kind of like, listen, I either don't let me know what you think about certain stuff, because if I'm going to disagree with you, I'm going to have a really difficult time with you, only because, to me, it goes beyond political things. It's fundamentals of life. I can have a legitimate disagreement or even debate about certain things, where I might be feeling one way, and I could maybe possibly change my mind or bend a little or compromise or whatever. That's life. We can't all 100% cling to certain beliefs without some sort of compromise or whatever on certain issues. So I get that. But there are some things I can't compromise on. And I can't compromise on people's rights, human rights, their equality, things like that. I'm sorry, you cannot have me compromise on that. And so, to a group of people who run our country and they are against people's rights, vast group, it doesn't have to just be one group. No, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable to me. No, we have a problem. And you can't, and I always say, you can't, be like, oh, I don't believe in everything they say. Well, that's great. I don't believe in every politician or every person that I like or follow, whatever, whether they be a politician or just a regular person or my friend. I don't have to believe in everything they say and believe either. However, if you are voting for somebody who wants to take my rights away as a gay person, or black people's rights away for voting, or whatever, women's rights for their bodies, whatever the thing is, you can't be like, oh, I disagree with that, but I'm still voting for them because I like their tax issue, or I want a bigger refund or something. No, because that's, to me, no. If that's you have to give me a legitimate reason, because, which honestly, there isn't none. I'm sorry I keep going on about this. I didn't actually want to go down this path, but I kind of got there, and now I have to keep going, and it'll be over in a minute. But I can't. You can't say you love me or you like me or you support equality and all that kind of stuff, but yet support people who would do exactly against it. And generally the reason is, well, it's because I like the other thing they say. Or, no, It's kind of like I was watching over the weekend The West Wing, and there was this episode, which I actually find hard to watch because of this exact reason, where there's a big debate about, and this was, of course, West Wing is in the, early 2000s. So there was a debate between one of the characters and a Republican who was gay, and so, the guy was like, so finally by the end of the episode, the character was like, how can you support these people? How can you be one of them? You're gay, senator or congressman or whatever he was. And he's like, oh, yes, that's not completely who I am. And I'm other things. I just happen to be that. And yeah, that's great and all. Good. Tell your family that. Tell when you're sick that you can't go in the hospital room, or, you can't leave them money, or you can have a debate with their family because the family doesn't want you. This is the point. This is why we have laws and we have equality, because not everybody wants to recognize us. And just that whole conversation really upset me. And it's like, well, I'm part of this party because I agree with their stances on war and taxes and this and that. Oh, great. So everything except who you are as a person. So who you are as a person, you can overlook that. And being gay, frankly, is a huge part of who you are as a person, no matter what anybody wants to tell you. Just like being black is a huge part of the person, whoever is black, or being a woman. Why gay people, at least in the earlier days, I want to say old days, earlier days, or maybe even some now, I don't know, just write that off as, it's just part of who I am. Yeah, of course it is. But if you're going to try to take my rights away or tell me I'm lesser of a person or lesser of a citizen, no. And be okay with it because, well, I believe in all this other stuff that, no. You have a problem there. Sorry. I'm sorry I've gone off on this tangent, but it just really, this kind of stuff really upsets me. Anyways, let's stop talking about that. So, here, hopefully people are watching, I'm stop talking about it. If I have any viewers left, if I haven't offended everybody. But that's my feelings. I wish I could be more eloquent about things, be more explain myself better. That's why I always feel I have to go on and on about something, because I never feel I'm explaining myself correctly. But yeah, so those are some of the things that really just bothered me. I've stopped this a couple times, so I don't know how long I've been talking. I feel like I've been talking a really long time. I don't know what else I want to talk about. I don't want to end on that kind of low note about that other stuff. Well, maybe I should talk about something not political, but slightly controversial, but in the dime painting world. I'll probably going to briefly talk about that. So I have a couple of friends, my friend Rose and my friend Hannah, who are artists. They are digital artists. They are AI artists, artificial intelligence kind of artists. And so apparently, I didn't know this was going on, because again, nobody tells me nothing. I don't know anything until somebody tells me. There is some sort of crazy thing going on for a while in the dime painting world, at least probably on social medias, about digital AI artists and whether they're real artists, whether they're stealing people's work, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, come on, stop it now. What is wrong with people? Why is there so much issues going on? This is a hobby. This is something that's supposed to make us happy. Why is there always drama and issues going on? And I am very open about it. I love hearing dramas. But I kind of, it's more of a regular here, personal dramas, because personal stuff is, whatever. And, and while I quite honestly like hearing about it, I don't like when it's like a double-edged sword. I love hearing about this stuff, but yet I hate that it's happening, It's just a kind of personality defect or whatever. I just, it's not a good thing, but I can't stop listening, But anyways, again, off the topic. So supposedly this has been an issue that's been going on a while, and, it's really hurtful, because at the end of the day, it hurts the people whose art not you, but whose art is criticized or trying to be discredited. It hurts their actual financial aspect of it, which apparently, you know, according to everything I'm always hearing, is so important to so many people in the community with other artists. And that's also something so funny. That's why I usually don't get into it. That protect some artists, don't protect other artists. Okay. A mess. It's just a mess. So my point in this is saying, people, let everybody just get on with their lives. Let them live nicely. You know, they're artists. Leave them alone. They're not doing anything wrong. You know, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Rose, Hannah, you have my complete support. I'm sorry. And everybody else who this is affecting, I'm sorry this is happening. I love you both. You're both great artists. And that's it. Let's see. What else can I talk about? I really would have rathered end on a high note. But I don't know what note that should be. So DP Christmas Elves was fun. It was my second year doing it. I really love doing that. I hope your holidays were great. Again, as I said in the beginning, mine was very nice. I'll talk about that a little bit. You know, it's been, so this was my fourth, basically. My mom's been gone for 3 years, but because of how it happened, it was actually 3 years, but the fourth Christmas. And this was probably the best Christmas. It was not as sad. It was quite nice. You know, given holidays are usually hard for a lot of people, they're hard for me. I usually kind of go through generally ups and downs with my emotions just in general, but holidays, they make it a little worse, of course. But this Christmas was nice. It was really nice. I didn't do a tree. Again, ironically, while I'm saying it's nice, I didn't put up a tree for the first time in my whole life. Usually I do it the week after Thanksgiving, but I just was kind of lazy about it and didn't do it, so put it off. And then put it off a little more. Then when I was about to do it, or getting around to do it, excuse me, I had to put this drop in my, my throat really hurts when I talk so much. Hope you don't mind. Hopefully this will help. So when I was about to do it, then my dad had an injury issue. Excuse me. At work, and he was home for a little bit, so I wasn't able to do it then, or I didn't do it then. And, you know, then my mom's anniversary came up of when she was no longer here. So that happened all, you know, in the 2-3 week time when I would usually do it. So it's like, I really don't want to do it. I don't want to go down there, drag all the stuff up. You know, it's just, nah, let's skip it. That doesn't mean I didn't want to celebrate Christmas or have a, you know, nice, but, so if you've seen my, DP Christmas Elves video, the last one, I believe, I showed the little setup I had in the living room. It was, we had bought a poinsettia plant previously, before I decided not to do the tree thing, at the store. And it was nice. And then when I saw natural, I decided, you know what can I do instead? Originally, I was going to get one of those, and I hope this isn't creepy or anything. I don't think it is, but those little log decorations. I was going to use the poinsettia we had and then have the log decoration that usually a lot of people buy when you go to the cemetery. You know, usually people put down for the holidays wreaths or these logs with these like little sprigs of pine and decorations on them. So I thought that would be cute the little log decoration and the poinsettia. So we went to a couple of places and they either didn't have it, they only had the wreaths, or it was way outrageously priced. And so I was like, well, I thought about getting one the previous week. I didn't do it, only because just for decoration. I wasn't even thinking about it for it being our official Christmas kind of thing. And then it was gone. So, where it was affordable. It's like, all right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? No, who knows? So I said, oh, I'll just do a poinsettias. So I got 3 extra poinsettias at the store. They were only $5 each, so that's good. The first one was more, but it was more because, and we hadn't realized, it was a little bigger, plus they gave this like kind of fancy paper bag to sell it in. And if we had seen the other ones at the cheaper price, we would have got the cheaper one. So I had 4 of them, and I arranged them on the desk in the living room. I had 2 of them in the back that was raised up on 2 different size stands, and then in the front I had 2 on the just down straight on the desk to give it a little bit of height difference. And then we draped these Christmas lights over it. Originally we used just old-fashioned kind of smaller lights. Well, not old-fashioned, but you know, regular small lights that you put on a Christmas tree generally. But my dad actually didn't want them. He thought they would get too hot, which they actually didn't. But he had already, he worried about that, so he actually wound up ordering, well, are kind of more the old-fashioned ones with the like large bulbs on them. So he took the other ones off, put those on, and I'm glad he did get them because they actually look really nice with them on there like that. And so that was kind of our little tree. You know, and oh, I should say this. Wow, I can't believe I shouldn't have said this in the beginning. And I'll leave this on that. I'll leave this WIP and chat on this point, talking about Christmas. So that was our Christmas. You know, it was smaller stuff. I didn't get him but a couple things. What I really got, maybe like 2 things. He got himself a couple things, and I only got myself a couple things, and he got me some more stuff. So, you know, it was a smaller Christmas than we usually have. But you know, we're both older. He doesn't really have much hobbies. I only have dime painting, so it's like, it's hard to buy, you know, it is hard to buy. But where I wanted to leave it was at, on Christmas, I opened gifts from my dear friends out there who were kind enough to send me something. And I just wanted to say 2 things. Number 1, I will compile a video. I already started because I've going back a month or 2 already. I have clips that I have of stuff that I've been sent that I, you know, have to do a video for, that I want to, you know, do a compilation video. And so the Christmas stuff will be included in that. And so I just wanted to give a preemptive shout out and thank you to everybody. I'm not going to name who it is. You wait till the video, but I just wanted to say to all my friends out there who were kind enough to think of me, thank you so very much for sending me the little gifties that you did. I truly appreciate it for Christmas and before that and all that. I truly appreciate it. It's not expected or you know, required or anything like that. It's just, it's very touching that you all would think of me who did that. I truly appreciate it. Generally they're people I'm close to, and so thank you all. Everybody else keep an eye out on the video. That maybe, I don't know when that will come out. I'll hope and shoot for a January release of that video. I haven't actually done a video for the Christmas stuff, but so I saved them and opened them on Christmas, and it really made my Christmas so much better and so much happier and so much brighter because, again, people I've met, my friends I've met, through the design painting world, again, were so kind to think of me, and I truly appreciate it. With that said, I think I've talked enough. I'm probably well over an hour, maybe. And I think you all have heard me ramble on and go on about nothing and about everything. And like, why did I decide to listen to this guy? So anyways, thank you so much. Remember, keep an eye out on the channel for all those upcoming videos I've talked about. I hope you like them. Again, thank you all so much. Not only obviously for the people who were kind of send me something, but just for everybody who watches. I'm so thankful that you watch my little channel, that you care what I show, what I say. It really does mean a lot. I don't say that flippantly. It does. And I guess on that note, I'll just say until next time, please everybody, be safe, be happy, stay safe, stay happy, and everybody, Happy New Year. All the best to you, for you all, your family in 2023. And until next time, bye guys.